What if Jungkook's personal ambitions clash with a military commander's grand strategy? Tensions are running high, and this is a story you need to know. The tension between BTS's Jungkook and a military commander has been a major focus in the K-pop community. The situation has drawn a lot of attention, especially since Jungkook is known to be a very dedicated figure in his work. However, in recent months, signs of a difference in vision between Jungkook and the commander have become apparent, sparking widespread discussion among fans and industry observers. The tension began when Jungkook began to focus more on his solo career, releasing songs such as 7, 3D, and Standing Next to You. All of these songs have been huge successes in the international market, setting records on Spotify, Billboard, and various other platforms. However, many felt that the promotional efforts for these projects were less than what he should have received, considering his status as a member of the global group BTS. The military commander, who is in charge of management and grand strategy, seems to have a long-term plan that does not fully align with Jungkook's personal ambitions. Fans began to notice signs of this tension when the release of 7 was accompanied by promotions that were considered less aggressive. Although the song topped the charts, some ARMY felt that Jungkook was not getting the support he deserved. When Jungkook released 3D, fans again hoped that the promotion for the song would be bigger and more focused. However, even though the song was also a huge success, the promotional strategy still seemed less than optimal. Some fans felt that the military commander was more focused on other projects that were considered more strategic for the long term, thus neglecting Jungkook's solo career needs. This tension was further exacerbated when insiders reported that Jungkook wanted more freedom in determining the direction of his career. This included choosing collaborators, music genres, and creative visions that fit what he wanted to achieve as a solo artist. However, the military commander was considered too rigid in implementing the grand strategy, thus giving Jungkook less room to experiment. Other key moments that sparked speculation included sudden schedule changes and cancellations of certain events involving Jungkook. Fans took this as a sign of intense discussions behind the scenes between Jungkook and the commander. On several occasions, Jungkook has also been seen hinting at his desire to try new, more adventurous things in music, an indication that he wants to take a different approach from the general strategy being implemented. This situation has drawn mixed reactions from fans. Most have shown full support for Jungkook, believing that he has the ability to make the best decisions for himself. However, there are also concerns that this tension could affect BTS's overall dynamics. Fans are worried that if this conflict continues, the harmonious relationship between the group members could be disrupted. Even so, support from ARMY has not diminished one bit. They actively voiced their solidarity on social media, using hashtags to show moral support for Jungkook. Fans believe that Jungkook has the right to choose his own path, especially considering the dedication and hard work he has always shown. This conflict is not just a difference of opinion between an artist and a commander, but also reflects a broader challenge in the Korean music industry. Jungkook, as one of the most influential global stars, is now at a crossroads that will determine his future career path. With his great influence, whatever decision he makes will not only affect himself but also become a reference for the next generation of artists. Currently, neither Jungkook nor the military commander have made official statements regarding this issue. However, fans remain hopeful that this tension can be resolved in a good way, without negatively affecting Jungkook's career or the relationships within BTS. Ultimately, the support from ARMY has become Jungkook's main source of strength. They believe that he will be able to overcome any challenges and continue to shine, both as a member of BTS and as a solo artist. This situation also serves as an important reminder for the entertainment industry to value the creative freedom of its artists more, especially when they have achieved the level of global success that Jungkook has. The tension between Jungkook and the military commander has not only caught the attention of fans, but has also begun to spark discussion among industry experts. Many see this situation as a sign of a major shift in the way K-pop artists relate to their management. Jungkook, with his status as a global star, seems to be looking to break with the old tradition that tends to prioritize the long-term strategy of the agency over the individual ambitions of an artist. Recent reports have suggested that Jungkook may have begun discussions to gain more control over his solo projects. Insiders say that Jungkook is considering proposing a more flexible work model, where he remains tied to the existing system but has greater creative freedom to choose the direction of his career. This approach was previously rare in the K-pop industry, but more and more artists are starting to pursue a similar model, especially those who have already established a reputation like Jungkook. On the other hand, the military commander who manages the grand strategy seems to be facing a dilemma. They had to consider Jungkook's individual needs without sacrificing the overall balance of the strategy they had built over the years. Jungkook's position as one of the most prominent artists under the commander's wing also made this decision even more complex. A single misstep could have a major impact on the overall image of the organization, including the dynamics within the BTS group. This discussion poses a major challenge, not only for Jungkook and the military commander, but also for the other BTS members. As a group known for their strong emotional bonds, Jungkook's decision to focus more on his solo career could put additional pressure on the other members. However, ARMY who have been following BTS's journey for a long time believe that the relationship between the BTS members is solid enough to pass this kind of test. Some fans even argue that this situation should be a moment of reflection for the commander. They believe that by giving Jungkook more freedom, it will not only strengthen his solo career but also expand BTS's global influence as a whole. A more flexible approach is expected to create synergy between individual ambitions and organizational strategies, creating a win-win situation for both parties. However, amidst all this speculation, a big question remains unanswered. Are the military commanders willing to make major changes to their system? So far, there has been no clear indication of where the talks between the two parties are headed. Nevertheless, fans remain optimistic that the best solution will be found, given the long history of success they have achieved together. One thing is for sure, this situation serves as a reminder that the entertainment world is not only about achievements on stage, but also about the complex dynamics behind the scenes. Jungkook, with all his success, is now at a point where he must fight for his rights to create a career that suits his vision. For ARMY, this is an important moment to show stronger support, not only for Jungkook but also for a better change in the K-pop industry. Fans continue to monitor this development closely, hoping that Jungkook's story will not only inspire other artists but also be a turning point for the industry. The full support of ARMY, who are known for their loyalty and passion, will continue to be the main force behind Jungkook's fight to get the creative freedom he longs for. If this conflict can be resolved well, it will be clear evidence that a balance between individual needs and organizational strategy can be achieved. Until then, ARMY will stand steadfastly by Jungkook's side, ensuring that he does not walk alone in this struggle. Ultimately, Jungkook's journey to find a balance between his personal ambitions and the expectations of the military commanders is a symbol of a major change in the K-pop industry. For fans, it's not just about the conflict, but about supporting their idol in fighting for what he believes in. ARMY, with its strength of solidarity, remains an unshakable foundation, ready to accompany Jungkook every step of the way.